Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let me show you how I create glossy and shiny effects on objects. I will render this ceramic vase. Let's get started. Alright, so this is my setup. The line art is right here on the very top. As you can see, I decreased the opacity to about 40%. Lock your line art, this way you won't paint on it by accident. Same thing for your background, it's a good idea to always lock it. I have created a group and named it colors. Within the group, at the very bottom, I have my flat color. This is called blocking. On the very top is the first layer where we are going to paint. You will notice that I activated the alpha inheritance, making now this layer a clipping mask. For those of you who are new to Krita, when you have this functionality activated, it allows you to only paint within the boundaries set by the flat color at the bottom. If it was not activated, as you can see, the paint would go outside the boundaries. We are going to paint using this brush, the basic tip default. It is a default brush from the Krita 3 resources bundle. Obviously, you can choose any brush you want. I am going to click F5 to bring up the brush editor. Here in the brush tip, I am going to change the shape of my brush from circle to square. To create texture, I will play with the different settings of opacity and flow. I will also change the size of the brush, and I will choose different shades, tones and tints from the color wheel. Since I am not going to paint yet on the very top of the vase, I am going to use my magic wand and select only this area here. So we're going to go to the line art first and set the area. So now when I go back to my paint layer, I will be only painting in this area without painting on the top of the vase. Now the brush is only going one direction. I think we can make it more interesting. Let's go back to the brush editor and set rotation here. We are going to do an X and a Y tilt, but we are going to undo the pressure. Alright, now when I paint, as you can see, the brush is rotating. It is definitely making it more interesting. Rather than pulling the pen across a tablet in one long line, try tapping or dabbing the brush. By doing so, this helps you layer the paint gradually, which creates a much richer texture than a flat, smooth stroke would. In the next steps, I am going to play with the different tone and shades of the blue color. And I am going to change the size of my brush when I reach the bottom. And now I am going to increase a little my opacity to add more shading at the bottom and the side. So as you can see, I still dab. Dabbing is your best friend here. So keep going and apply a different shade and tones of your color. Keep dabbing. And also you will notice that the opacity and the flow of the brush are very low. They are all below 30%. Alright, now it's time to add a little light. So first, start with dabbing a light blue. As you can see, the opacity is set at 11%. And now build around with a darker blue. I am trying to blend what I just created. So now that the sides are nicely blended, I am going to go back toward a lighter blue and start adding some highlights on the side of the vase. Here again, the opacity is set very low. By dabbing on the same spot over and over, we are building the color, and slowly but surely we are making the color brighter as we dab over and over. So now I can start adding even a lighter color. We're getting toward the white. See how the shine is being built. We built the shine slowly. Slow is here the key of the effect. Let's add a second bright spot. Increase the size of your brush. And now, because we are going toward a lighter blue, you can create your next bright spot. You can even go all the way to the white tint to have a better effect. Now that it's done, it's a good idea to blend around the bright spots. So this way it looks more natural. Now, if you are putting some blue color by accident on your bright spots, don't worry, just go back to the white color and redo your bright spots. That's the beauty about digital art. If you make an error, you can always fix it. All right, it looks pretty good. We are done right here. We are going to rename the layer Blues. Create a new layer on the top, activate the alpha inheritance, and change the blending mode from normal to overlay. We are going to add some light to this vase. Choose your shade, increase the opacity and flow, and increase the size of your brush, and start dabbing. Alright, now that you are done, decrease the opacity to about 61%. Rename your layer Shine. Create a new layer. Activate the alpha inheritance. Change the blending mode from normal to multiply. Because we are going to add some shadows, we are going to use a darker shade of a blue color. The next thing to do is decrease the opacity and flow, and maybe increase the size of the brush and dab. We're going to dab on the side and at the bottom. That's all we're going to do. Simple is better. When you are done, rename your layer Shadows. So we are done here. Hit Ctrl-Shift-A to undo the selection. You can also turn off the line art. And we are done. To make the video shorter, I didn't film when I created the top of the vase, so it is right here. What you can do now is add at the bottom of your vase some type of a shadow. So create a new layer on the top of your background. Make sure that you have maybe a basic brush, like the basic one. Set your color to black. Go to the ellipse tool. The fill is set to foreground color, and the outline is set to no outline. Create your shape. Now go to Filter, select Blur, and here choose a Gaussian blur. And add your blur. Click OK. Now the only thing left to do is, using the Move tool here, move it exactly right there at the bottom. Also, if you want, you can decrease the opacity to about 92% to make it more realistic. And you are done. Since many of you keep asking me about tablet recommendations, I'll start tagging tablets in my videos to give you a better idea of what's on the market. These are not paid promotions, they are just suggestions based on my own experience or what I've heard from other artists in our community. I'll be tagging more of them throughout this year, so you can investigate the specs, compare prices, or maybe even catch a good deal. So check them out, do your homework, and pick whatever feels right for your specific needs. As you can see on this slide, there are some good tablets out there. Check out the Samsung Galaxy. There are many versions of it, the S10, S9, and more. I personally use UION Canvas. I also used the Wacom tablet a while back. Both are excellent choices. I will include this list in the description box. This way you can get to it when you need it. I'll see you next time. Until then, happy painting and happy creating. Au revoir et à bientôt.